From the very first second, imagine holding a simple quarter that quietly traveled through millions of hands, paid for coffee, buses, and memories, yet today hides stories powerful enough to change the future of anyone who truly understands it. The Washington quarter from 1965 to 1998 marks one of the most important eras in U.S. coin history, born during economic shifts, metal shortages, and a nation redefining how money should look, feel, and last in everyday life. In 1965, everything changed. When silver disappeared from circulating quarters, creating a thin line between the past and the modern era, and that moment alone turned certain early strikes into objects of intense collector desire, George Washington's portrait remained calm and dignified, but behind that familiar face were new compositions, new minting pressures, and subtle differences that most people never noticed while spending them. These quarters were produced in massive numbers, yet mass production does not mean equal value, because rarity is often hidden in mistakes, transitions, and conditions that only trained eyes recognize. As the United States economy expanded, these quarters traveled globally, slipped into drawers, jars, and pockets, and quietly aged while the world moved forward. Collectors know that rarity is not always about low mintage, but about survival, accuracy, and moments when the system briefly failed or changed direction. Errors are where excitement begins, and Washington quarters from this era are famous for double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and transitional metal surprises. The most talked about pieces include rare 1965 quarters accidentally struck on silver planchets, a mistake born from leftover materials that escaped quality control. Some show doubling in Washington's profile or lettering, a visual echo created during die preparation that dramatically boosts collector demand. Others appear slightly off-center or with missing edges, and while they look imperfect, these flaws are exactly what makes them extraordinary. Condition plays a massive role, because a flawless quarter preserved from circulation can be worth exponentially more than the same coin worn smooth by time. Mint marks matter too, as coins from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco each tell a different production story with different scarcity levels. Proof versions struck with mirror-like finishes were never meant for pockets, and surviving examples in pristine condition sit at the top of collector wish lists. Proper storage is essential, because damage from air, moisture, or cleaning can destroy value faster than most people realize. Education is protection, and learning the weight, sound, and details of genuine quarters helps collectors avoid altered or counterfeit pieces. When selling, timing and platform matter, because auctions, private collectors, and certified grading services each influence final prices differently. The market for rare quarters is driven by emotion as much as logic. As collectors chase history, nostalgia, and the thrill of discovery, these coins are not just American, they are global artifacts, studied and collected by people who see them as symbols of stability and transition. If this story is surprising you, stay with me, because the next moments are where most viewers drop off, and where the real secrets begin to surface. If you want to support this deep research live, super chats help push this content further and let your questions jump straight to the top during streams. Members of Coinflix get early access, private coin breakdowns, and behind-the-scenes value research that never reaches public videos. Now here is the number that stops collectors mid-sentence and changes how this era is viewed across the numismatic world. In extreme collector narratives and top-end speculative valuations, the combined legendary worth discussed around the rarest Washington quarters from this era has been claimed to reach $5.45,000. 0.00000 plus of dollars, a figure that reflects rarity stories, era legends, and elite market psychology rather than everyday examples. Not every quarter is worth a fortune, and smart collectors separate hype from verified facts by grading, documentation, and expert evaluation. Take a moment after this video to check your own quarters carefully, because history often hides in places people stop looking. If this helped you see ordinary coins differently, subscribe now so you don't miss the next discovery that could be sitting in your pocket. This is Coinflix, where small coins tell big stories, and where knowledge turns curiosity into opportunity. Globe showing Europe Africa rocket.